Hello, it's David Jordan again. So, as you can see, these are these images playing now are images of the sun, and you can clearly see a second body moving around with not the big one. That's the lens flare. It's the little orange one underneath. These were taken on the 18th, so 2 days ago, by myself. With an infrared lens and my camera, much to my surprise, because they don't even seem to be hiding it anymore. This is a brown dwarf or red dwarf star, and just a quick funny story. I went to see Brian Cox 6 years ago. I waited for him afterwards, and I asked him if there was any possibility there could be a brown dwarf star lurking at the edge of our solar system. And he told me, where did I hear such bollocks, and don't be such a fucking idiot. So, Mr. Brian Cox, kiss my ass. Okay, so, the Planet X sunrise. So this happened, it's now 5 o'clock in the morning on the 20th. I filmed this last night. I wanted to get it out and get it done. Get it out so people could see it as quick as possible, because she was real. She went down early tonight. Also, she came up early tonight. Sorry, earlier than most nights, and it was still light. The dragon was about, as you can see in these pictures. He was about most of the day, just waiting patiently for her. Anyway. Chemtrails, like the video I posted last night, these two strange chemtrails, sometimes a crucifix, sometimes, I don't know, 2 lines, usually an arrow, followed quickly by the dragon. But this time I had my infrared lens on, which is why a lot of these pictures are red, because it will only pick up infrared light, and it pretty much cancels everything else out. So for this thing coming up, the amount of light it's chucking out here is amazing. If you watch this, it just gets bigger and brighter in the sky. My friend actually came round just as this was happening and was shouting at me, could I see it, could I see it, because he'd just driven down a long straight road with clear views either side, and he could clearly see. Even his son said to him, "Dad, what's that on the horizon? It looks like a planet." So anyway, here she comes. This is her glow. She's obviously not this big, but this is the infrared glow that she gives off. Yeah, and it was amazing. You will actually see her in a minute pop up. But this is just behind my house. So can you see her at the top of the screen that I'm going to zoom in just here? That's actually her now, leaving the sun and actually going on a little cruise up into our sky, our night sky, followed by a dragon and everybody. There it is. So, yep, the chemtrailers, putting their appearance in like they normally do. And they really were. There must have been 10 planes up, because it was light, trying to hide this tonight. Anyway, so this is at the front of my house, and you can see again how orange this sky was, and you can see it coming up over the back there. I mean, look how bright the sky was. This is through an infrared lens, obviously, so it's actually still a bit light, but our sun had pretty much taken a nosedive for the night. So this you see in here. This footage here you see is I jumped in the car and I went down the back road, and I just had my infrared lens on. This is what it looked like during the day. Not during the day, when I took the lens off. As you can see, it's still, pretty light in the sky, but as soon as I put that lens back on, gosh, you can see her. There she is. Well, there's her glow anyway, and what's worrying me is this debris cloud. All that movement there is the debris she's carrying around, and that's a lot. You know, you can see her in the middle there, just sort of forming. See that? It's very weird. So she sort of hovers quite low on the horizon, and then all of a sudden, instantly appears in the sky as a yellow, green, and red flashing star. And I was a few weeks ago chasing around with a telescope trying to get the sort of footage I'm now getting just using my iPhone camera, which is a little bit worrying, because I was literally having to put my camera to a telescope and, you know, to try and get anything like this. And tonight, Tuesday the 19th, she was big. She was real big. Look, I'm still not saying it's the end of the world, because I don't believe it is. I believe it is just a sign to look for in the sky to start to something bigger than us. I don't know. But, you know, how big she was tonight. And if you watch my other videos, I explain how you can find her. She comes up on the left, she goes down on the right, and she's very, very visible now. She is. So to all the haters out there, to all the people that say, and all the Brian Coxes that say this isn't a brown or red dwarf star, nobody's really sure if it's brown or red, but it's pretty red to me through this. Yeah, saying that there's not a brown dwarf star. There is. She is upon us. She really is upon us. And you need to prepare. Just you know, just get some water in, get some food in. Cross your fingers. Take care of the people you love. Make sure they're okay. Make sure you're okay. Because the government sure ain't got your back. Well, they would have told you about this a long time ago. So, what did I hear Dave Dobson, WSO, say earlier? A hungry man is an angry man, or hangry as we like to call it. So, just prepare, please. That's me leaning out of my van with my iPhone and just pointing the camera to the sky. You can see her moving about, and she looks like she disappears and reappears, but look at this debris cloud she's carrying. Can you see this? Makes it look like the sky's dancing, and it's not. Please share this video, not because I want to be popular. No one likes the bearer of bad news, but people need to be aware of this, and they need to be aware of how visible this thing now is in the sky, which means that she's very, very close. I mean, you know, so I'm sending out all my love and prayers to all the people in Mexico, because literally I filmed this, drove back home, sat down to eat some food and turned the TV on to what they're saying is a 7.1 magnitude. I really probably think it's more of maybe an 8 or an 8.5, and this is almost, well, it coincides exactly as she rose in our sky in the UK. And this is the biggest she's ever been and the most prominent she's ever been. Even my family could see it tonight. They still don't believe me, but they could see it tonight. just need to be aware of this, people. You do. It's right on top of us now. And yeah, it's weird. It absolutely. I'm just sitting here thinking it's 5 o'clock in the morning on the 20th, because I want to get this posted. But yeah, I'm just thinking. Like, I sat and watched this thing from 6:45 till 8 o'clock. And the first thing on the news was the earthquake, which pretty much ties in with this so tightly now. I'm you know, a little bit concerned. What if every time this comes up in the sky now, or does its journey around our sun or whatever it's doing, what if something big happens? I mean, fingers crossed. This is me just speculating and talking to a computer screen. But look, she's here. I'm not lying to you. You can see her now for yourself. I've told you how to find her, where to find her, you know, what to look for. She's there, and she's here. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace and love.